And what did Santa bring you, honey?
Animators often have nightmares about mistakes they've made in their work, and while they're far too hard on themselves, we couldn't help but notice these mistakes in The Nightmare Before Christmas. Number 1. Maybe he actually has heard the old song before. When Jack Skellington first arrives in Christmasland, he doesn't know what is falling from the sky. It's snow, and we know that, but he somehow knows that the children are throwing snowballs. He says so in the song, but he doesn't know what snow is. So, huh? Number 2. It's a mistake, or the makeup department was just a little overzealous. After Jack is blown out of the sky for faking the Santa gig, and he's lying in the graveyard, he has several gray smudges on his face from the explosion. Fair enough. But in the very next shot, a bird's eye view of Jack lying across the angel, the smudges have disappeared. We'd say he sweated them off, but skeletons don't really do that, do they? Number 3. Men, fall in. Or out, in this case.
I know, a skeleton. Keep calm. Hello, police.
When Jack is having his Santa joyride, the army is called in to shoot him down. There is one sweeping shot of the giant cannons rising and firing at him. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see 2 small soldiers as the guns are rising. But as they fire, the soldiers blink out of existence. Guess they had to run to the toilet. Number 4. Sounds like more than just an audio issue. After Sally escapes from the evil scientist, she joins the crowd going into the town hall to hear about Jack's experience. In Christmastown, after the witch flies past Sally, watch the mayor's loudspeaker on his car. The loudspeaker changes position about 3 times. Number 5. You liked it, so you had to put a hat on it.
Terrible news, folks!
When the mayor gets into his car after he hears that Jack has been shot, his comically large hat has to bend for it to fit under the roof. But a couple scenes later, when Oogie Boogie hears the news, you see the mayor's hat, and it is short enough for it to fit without bending. To be fair, perhaps the mayor made some alterations after noticing the issue. Number 6. Some folks just can't keep a secret. While inviting Santa to stay with him, Jack emphasizes to the nefarious kids Lock, Shock, and Barrel that their mission to kidnap Sandy Claus is top secret and no one can know.
The job I have for you is top secret.
However, when they first return, mistakenly with the Easter Bunny, Behemoth is present, but Jack isn't concerned about it. But we're not sure if Behemoth is capable of spreading gossip, so maybe Jack just didn't think it'd be a problem. Number 7. Right before the 3 Mr. Hydes join the search party for Jack to report that he just searched the pumpkin patch, you can see his foot is already in frame, ready for him to come in. More overzealous characters? It's probably just a mistake. Number 8. We love vampires too, but this is a bit too much. Throughout the movie, there have been always 4 vampires, but near the end, in the vampire hockey shot, there are actually 5 there, 3 on the ice and 2 behind the wall. They put the tall, weird vampire out twice.
Peek behind the Cyclops' eye.
Number 9. This next mistake had us in stitches. When Sally is stitching herself up after her escape through the window, she puts the needle behind her ear when she's finished. The thread on the needle disappears just before she puts the needle behind her ear. She just didn't have time to deal with it. She's a hardworking woman.
Jack, I know you think something's missing, but...
Ow. Number 10. The characters in this film just love to make things disappear with no explanation, don't they? When Sally delivers her care package for Jack, he is writing on his chalkboard. He scratches his head with the chalk in his hand. As he pulls his hand away, the chalk disappears mid-shot. Or maybe it's tucked into his shirt, but wouldn't you just get white chalk everywhere? Guess if you're a white skeleton, it's not a big deal. Number 11. That's right, we're throwing some shade at this scene. At the beginning of the film, Sally follows Jack at the end of the Halloween celebration where he sings the iconic Jack's Lament. She then goes off to gather more deadly nightshade for her master. Look at Sally when she sits down. It is in front of 2 gravestones labeled Witch Hazel and Deadly Nightshade. Yet, Sally pulls 2 pieces from the patch clearly labeled Witch Hazel out of the ground. Before a quick cut back to the lab, where we see her putting it in a jar marked Nightshade. We could talk in circles about why this would be the case, but let's just be reasonable and admit this is an oversight. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Number 12. Guess he forgot his umbrella. Ella, In Christmas Town, while Jack is singing What's This?, he grabs an umbrella from the snowman. Then he climbs onto one of the roofs and he leaves it in the snow. In the house, he doesn't have it as he cozies up with the elves. But then outside, he has it again for more of the song. One could say he snuck back out the window and got it, but look how fascinated Jack is with the rest of the house. There's no way he would not continue through it. Number 13, a little Christmas logic for you Santa heads out there.
Yeah, Susie's been nice. Nice, naughty.
Santa Claus, or Sandy Claus, prepares the presents and his sleigh first, but only then checks which children were nice or naughty. Can you see the problem? It would make more sense the other way around, unless he wanted to hand presents out randomly. A tad bit nitpicky, we know, but this isn't all the hugs you missed in this film. This video is about mistakes, and we're going to talk about it. Number 14. Have you ever played musical chairs? Apparently the citizens of Halloween Town are excellent at it. When Jack Skellington is telling the town about his experiences in Christmas Town, some of them keep switching places. And by some, we mean way more than you might think. First, the clown with the tearaway face is in the first row at the start. Then later, he's in the second row. Then he's back in the first row. Then there's the monster formerly known as the one hiding under your stairs. Or Tohus for short. He's the monster with the snake fingers. Anyway, they go from the first row to the second one and then back to the first row again. And that's not all. The werewolf, much easier to identify, switches places with the devil character. Did you notice any other swaps? Let us know, it's our thing now.
Call a town meeting and I'll tell everyone all about it.
Number 15. These questions aren't Sally. We're being serious. In the film, after Sally goes to visit Jack and sends a care package bucket of things up to him, she lifts the basket up to Jack and he opens the bottle and pulls the basket into the window. You can see the basket is on the windowsill despite him pulling it in a bit. But after he leans out the window to thank Sally, the basket has somehow vanished. If you compare the angles, we should still be able to see the bucket from below. Number 16. While we don't know how portals work, we do need a bit of an explanation to how this happens. When Jack originally comes upon the door to Christmas Town, he is sucked into the tree and flies through a space-time portal-like space, landing in Christmas Town. This feels like a very one-way trip situation, but Jack later is just back in Halloween Town. One might assume that each world has a bunch of trees with doors leading to the other worlds, but Jack never mentions this and it is never explained. Number 17. There's certainly a few holes in this scene from the film. Or is there? Sally often escapes from her creator by poisoning him. He falls for this a lot, which is another issue, but regardless, when he finally challenges her to eat the soup first, she reveals she has a spoon with a bunch of holes in it. However, in the next shot when we see her drinking from the spoon, it's obvious there's no holes in the bottom of it. Those were all the mistakes, continuity, and logic errors we could spot. Any you noticed that we didn't mention? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe for more animated content. And thanks for watching The Things Animated.